Welcome to the course Introduction to R Programming. In this lecture, I'm going to discuss about repeats. This is one of the concept related to data management. Coming to outline, first here we will discuss about introduction to repeat. Then what is the syntax that can be used in R software. Then help about repeat. Then you can see repeat for an object with n times. Then we will see repeat for repetition of characters. Then finally conclusion. So then coming to introduction to repeats. So before seeing what is exactly repeat, how it is useful, here you can see one example. So whenever you are trying to do a programming, many times it is required that we need to generate the data repeatedly. For example, any numbers or any sequence which has to be repeated a certain number of times. Here two options are there. The first one is that you can just enter all the data manually. For example, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, and so on, and use the combined vector to represent the data. This is one way by entering manually and use the combined vector to represent the data. Then another simple option is that we can use the repeat command, and using that we can a, specify the data once or a command once, and the same command or the data can be repeated for certain number of times depending on the objective of the study. So second option by using the repeat command. So here you can represent how many times if you want to repeat a particular data. So this is the introduction about repeats, why it is required. Here two options by entering manually, then by using repeat command. Then coming to syntax of repeat in our software. So here we'll use command REP for repeat, which is used to replicate the values in a vector. Replicates means duplicates. So here various forms of repeat commands are the first one REP within bracket X. So what is the meaning of this? Which replicates the values in a vector X. Whatever the values stored in X, those values can be replicated by giving simply REP within bracket the vector name. Then another example, another syntax. So repeat within bracket X comma times equal to N. So this syntax repeat X as a whole N times. So whatever the value of X, that entire value, the whole value, that can be repeated with number of times as N, whatever the N value given. So whenever you can mention times equal to N. Then third syntax, REP within bracket X comma each equal to N. So this syntax repeat each cell n times. So in X, whatever the data, each and every data that can be repeated n times. So whereas repeat X comma times equal to n, the entire data can be repeated with n times. Then REP of X simply replicates the values in a vector. These are all the three ways of defining a repeat command in our software. Now we will see one by one with the example demonstrations. So before that, now if you want to see help for the command REP, that is repeat, simply in your R console, you can type using help within bracket with double quotes REP. So whenever you can enter this command, directly it directs to the HTML page where the documentation about REP is available. This is the page displayed whenever you can type this command REP within bracket help within bracket REP. So here REP base replicate elements of vectors and lists. So the description of REP. REP replicates the values in X, whatever the data in X. It is a generic function and the internal default method is described here. So here rep.int and rep underscore len are faster simplified versions for two common cases. Internally they are generic, so methods can be defined for them. The usage, just now we seen the syntax rep, simply the vector name, comma, like that. You can mention other parameters. So here you can see times equal to n, each equal to n, like that. So all possibilities you can mention. Then after usage, then see the arguments. First x, which is a vector. So then another length dot out, each, times, for all these arguments, explanation. So this you can find using the help command. This is about help for the command rep. Then coming to examples of repeat. So here different cases we will see. The first one, repeat an object of n times. A particular object wants to be repeated with n times whatever the n value. So here we will see one by one demonstration. The first example REP of 3.5. So here the value is 3.5, comma, times equal to 10. Here times equal to 10 means number of times that value can be repeated. Here only one value is there, 3.5. This can be repeated with 10 times same value. See, whenever you can execute this command, you can see the output 3.5. So 3.5 and so on 10 times. Here you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times the same value is repeated, whatever the value you have given. Then another example, REP of 1 is to 4. That means the values 1 to 4, comma, times equal to 2. That means the first argument, whatever the data, that entire data can be repeated the number of times based on the time count. Here times equal to 2. So this 1 is to 4 can be repeated twice. So how in the order? First it takes 1 is to 4 means expanded 1, 2, 3, 4. That is one set. Then again same value repeated twice. Again 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. So the same command can be written as, next one you can see rep of 1 is to 4 comma 2. By default the first argument separated by comma with second argument. The second argument is times, number of times. First argument is data. So the output of this one is same as previous one. So whenever you can run, these are all the outputs displayed. This screen shows after execution in our software. Now we'll also execute these three commands. Now see the live demonstration. So all of you open our R software. Then you can type these two commands. First one is REP, a particular value 3.5, here times equal to 10. So 3.5 can be replicated 10 times. Now you can see. See here, whenever you can type the command and then enter, the output is 3.5 can be repeated 10 times. That is first command execution. Then second one, by giving the range values, then repeat. Now you can see. So REP you are giving 1 is to 4, then times equal to 2. So what is the output here? So here the data is 1 to 4 actually. Times equal to 2. That entire data 1 to 4, that can be repeated twice. Why? Because the times count equal to 2. So whenever you can enter, now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. That is the first set. Again, that can be replicated 1, 2, 3, 4. Suppose if you can give count as times as 3, now that 1 to 4 can be repeated 3 times. Now you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like whatever the times value, that number of times, whatever the data given in the repeat command, the data is repeated. Next, another example. So the same command you can write like this: 1 is to 4, comma 2. The second argument by default is times value. So here comma 2 means nothing but times equal to 2. Now 2 times it repeats. Similarly, if we can give 3, now 3 times it can be repeated. So both will be the same. By default, the second parameter is times count. So these are the three different types of notations and their respective outputs showing repeat an object with n times. Then coming to another example. So here just now we discussed repeat of x comma times equal to n times. Then second one, repeat each cell with n times. Each cell with n time. So these two cases you can observe here. Suppose let us take x equal to 1, 2, 3. Then what x contains 1, 2, 3 values are stored in the vector. Now whenever you can execute this command rep of x comma times equal to 3. So what x contains, it calls x data from the above. X contains 1, 2, 3. So that 1, 2, 3 can be repeated 3 times. Earlier we have given direct x value in the repeat function. In place of x, direct value 1 is to 3 given. That is one way, or you can store separately also, then call the variable. So like that also we will complete it. Then this is another example. The third one you can see, repeat x comma each equal to 3. So here each equal to 3 means previous one times equal to 3 means the entire set can be repeated. Whenever you can use each means every value in the set that can be repeated that number of times. So every value that can be repeated. For example, here you can see rep of x comma each equal to 3. What x contains 1, 2, 3. Earlier rep of x comma times equal to 3 means that entire whole data 1, 2, 3 can be repeated 3 times. Whereas whenever you can use each equal to 3, then each value in x that can be repeated 3 times. Now you can see the output. First value of x is 1, that can be repeated 3 times, 1, 1, 1. Then second value of x is 2, that can be repeated 3 times, 1, 2, 3. Then third value of x is 3, that can be repeated 3 times. So that is the difference between so times and each. Times means whole data can be repeated. Each means each and every value that can be repeated. That is the difference here. Now we can demonstrate this also. Now you can see. So repeat we already seen. Now in place of times, if we can give each, suppose each equal to 3. Now you can observe here what is the output we are going to get. What is the value here? 1 to 4. The data is 1 to 4. So 1 can be repeated 3 times, 2 can be repeated 3 times, 3 can be repeated 3 times, 4 can be repeated 3 times. Now you can see. So this is the output. So 1 can be repeated 3 times, 2 can be repeated 3 times, 3 can be repeated 3 times, 4 can be repeated 3 times. That means each and every cell, each and every value in the data or vector that can be repeated whatever the count we have given in each, that number of times this can be repeated. Same thing you can represent by storing the value separately. Suppose x equal to let us assume 1 to 4 or take 1 to 3. Now see what x contains 1 to 3. Now you can apply our repeat command. So here instead of 1 is to 4 you can call the variable x. Now here it calls x as the previous stored value 1, 2, 3. That can be repeated 3 times each and every value in x. Now 1 repeated 3 times, 2 repeated 3 times, 3 repeated 3 times. Now you can see. So like that we can demonstrate repeat with times, repeat with each, then by default repeat. So these are all the outputs what we've seen. Then coming to another representation, by combining both, every object is represented several times successively. Every object is repeated several times successively. So in this case, for example, here you can see this command we already executed, rep of 1 is to 4 each equal to 2. So that is each value in 1 to 4 that can be repeated 2 times. That means 1 is repeated 2 times, 2 is repeated 2 times, 3 is repeated 2 times, 4 is repeated 2 times. Then if you will combine both each and time, now you can see second command rep of 1 is to 4, the same data each equal to 2, then times equal to 3. So here first see how this will be demonstrated, how this will be executed. See the second argument what you have given each, that means first second argument will be executed, then third argument will be executed. So what is second argument? Each equal to 2 means 1 is to 4 each and every value that can be repeated twice. Now you can see what is the first part of output you can see. So first value is 1 that can be repeated twice, 1 1. Second value is 2 that can be repeated twice, 2 2. Third value is 3 that can be repeated 2 times, 3 3. Fourth value is 4 that is repeated 2 times, 4 4. See this is one set. The first part each command output is 1 is to 4 each and every value that can be repeated 2 times. So the second command is times equal to 3. Times equal to 3 means the previous operation that can be repeated 3 times. So the previous operation, that means each operation that can be repeated 3 times. The first set of each output is this 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4. This is first time. Same thing can be replicated 2 more times. Why? Because times equal to 3. Now again 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4. That is second time. Then third time again 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4. So like that this can be repeated number of times for each and every cell given in the vector or data. See, we will also run this one. Now you can clear the screen again. Freshly you can start. First, you can repeat this one. REP of 1 is to 4, comma each equal to 2. That means 1 is to 4. The each and every value that can be repeated 2 times. 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4. The second one, so by using times also. So here each equal to 2, then times equal to 3. That means the previous output 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 that can be repeated 3 times. Now you can see. So 1 to 4, 1 2 3 4 each can be repeated 2 times. Then this entire operation can be repeated 3 times. That is the difference between each and time, then combining both. So every object is repeated several times successively. Then another example, every object is repeated a different number of times. So every object is repeated with a different number of times. Here you can see the example. So REP of 1 is to 4, comma 2 is to 5. So what is meaning of this? So by default, the first value comma second value. Second value is number of times. It is not each value, times value by default. Whenever you can't specify times equal to. So 1 is to 4 is the data that can be repeated with a different number of times. That means the first value can be repeated 2 times. The second value can be repeated 3 times. Third value can be repeated 4 times. Fourth value can be repeated 5 times. The range is 2 is to 5 means 2, 3, 4, 5. Here 1 is to 4 means 1, 2, 3, 4. First value repeated 2 times. Second value repeated 3 times. Third value repeated 4 times. Fourth value repeated 5 times. So that is the output. Now you can see whenever you can run this command. So 1 is repeated 2 times. Why? Because the first value is 2. Then second value is 2. 2 can be repeated 3 times. Why? Because after 2, next value is 3. See, 2 is repeated 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Then third value is 3. That can be repeated with 3 times. Why? Because after 2, 3, 4 times. Next value is 4. So 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Then last one, fourth value, that can be repeated 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here you can see the marking explanation is given. So 1 is to 4 means, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 2 is to 5 means 2, 3, 4, 5. So now the first value that can be repeated 2 times. Then the second value that is 2. This can be repeated 3 times. Here mapping simply. So 1 to 2. So 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5 mapping. So that number of times that values can be repeated. Then after combining all this, the result, see, 1 is repeated 2 times, 2 is repeated 3 times, 3 is repeated 4 times, 4 is repeated 5 times. Then you can see this is the output. Now we will also run this command. So here repeat the data 1 is to 4 with each one with a different number of times. Now you can see. So 1 is repeated 2 times, 2 is repeated 3 times, 3 is repeated 4 times, 4 is repeated 5 times. This is the output. Now this is the explanation. This is the output screen copied from our software after execution. So then coming to another example. So every object is repeated a different number of times, same as previous one. So here by taking sequence also, you can use this repeat command. So here we are using sequence from equal to 2 to equal to 8 by 2 with the difference 2. That can be stored in the vector ANS. Now whenever you can call ANS, this sequence data is there 2, 4, 6, 8. Starting with 2, end with 8, the difference is 2 by. So 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 2, 8. So this is the data now. So now again you can apply the repeat command with this data. That means you are taking new data, but number of times you are giving from answer ANS. So here number of times you are given from the answer value. Now it takes 2, 4, 6, 8. That means first value repeated 2 times, second value repeated 4 times, third value repeated 6 times, fourth value repeated 8 times. Whatever in place of answer. So that number of times the left side data can be repeated, mapping with each and every value to the right side. Now we will also run this one. First you can create a sequence. So you are storing in answer equal to SU key sequence of, so from equal to 2, then 2 equal to 8, then the difference is 2 by equal to 2. Now you can call answer 2468 is the value stored in answer vector. So now by using repeat, now 1 is to 4 is the data. Now you can call the above vector ANS. That means the repeated value is 2468. That means 1 can be repeated 2 times, 2 can be repeated 4 times, 3 can be repeated 6 times, 4 can be repeated 8 times. Now you can see. Here you can count 1, how many times? 2 times. 2, how many times? 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, how many times? 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, how many times? 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. So directly from the vector also it takes the repeated counts. Then the data can be repeated that number of times. This is another variation of repeat command. Then coming to another example using matrix also. By creating a matrix also, from the matrix also, if you want to replicate the matrix, that is also possible. Now first we are creating a matrix that can be stored in X. So X equal to matrix, number of rows equal to 2, number of columns equal to 2, data equal to 1 is to 4. Here by row equal to true. That means this matrix can be stored the data 1 to 4 in the row order. So after executing this, you can see the output. The first row, the first two values can be stored 1, 2. The second row remaining two values can be stored 3, 4. So this is the output of the matrix. Now you can apply a repeat command for the matrix also. So rep of x comma 3. So here x is the matrix. So now x comma 3 means the matrix that can be repeated 3 times. The second argument is number of times repeated. So here the matrix repeated 3 times means it won't display in the form of matrix. It display in the form of vector all the matrix values in the row order in the sequence. See what order it is taking, you can see. So first it by default it takes column only. So 1, 3, the first column value, then second column value 2, 4. So whenever a matrix that can be converted into a vector, it takes the values column wise. First column, second column, third column, like that. First column 1, 3, second column 2, 4. Suppose if a third column, next sequence. So this can be repeated 3 times. So now x means 1, 3, 2, 4 is x. That can be repeated 3 times. Now we will also demonstrate this one. First create the matrix, name it as x. So clear the screen. So x equal to matrix of n row equal to 2, n column equal to 2, by row equal to true. Now you can call the matrix. Here we did not given the data. We missed the data. That's why by default it shows not available. So data equal to 1 is to 4. Now you can see. Now you can call x. This is the matrix. So it displays the values accordingly row. See the first row is 1, 2, second row 3, 4. Now you can apply repeat x. You can call the data as x, comma 3 times you are repeating. Now you can see. So the x that can be stored in the form of vector column wise order. So first 1, 3, 2, 4. 1, 3, 2, 4 is the once the complete matrix data. The same data can be repeated 3 times. Again 1, 3, 2, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4. So this is another way of using repeat by creating a matrix. That matrix data can also be repeated. So then coming to another variation in repeats. So repetition of characters. By using repeat, you can replicate the characters also. Till now, we've seen the numerical data. Now, repetition of characters also possible here. So that characters that can be stored using the combined function with double quotes. Each and every character or string that can be included within double quotes separated by comma. Then you can provide the number of times repetition required. Now see here REP of C of A comma B comma C. See all the letters are represented within double quotes separated by comma. That means A, B, C within comma itself. This can be repeated 2 times. Now you can see A, B, C within double quotes. Again A, B, C. That is repeating characters. Similarly, you can take strings also. Same way you can store strings. Character means only one letter. Strings means multiple letters. See within double quote, first one is apple, second string is banana, third one is cake. So these three strings can be repeated 2 times. This entire sequence. First you can see apple, banana, cake. Again apple, banana, cake. So you'll also run this one. This is repetition of characters. First we can store the character values C of within double quotes A, comma within double quotes B, comma within double quotes C. Close that command C of, then provide the repeat count. So 2 times. Now A, B, C within double quote. The same value within the vector that can be repeated. Now in place of characters, now you can provide strings also. Now A is replaced with apple, B is replaced with banana, C is replaced with cake. Now these are all the three strings we have taken. Now the three strings repeated 2 times. Why? Because here the count is given as 2. Now you can see. So the apple, banana, cake, like that. So same thing. Suppose if you want to provide each also. So each equal to, now like previous example, each equal to 2 you can provide. Now you can see. So each and every string that can be repeated 2 times separately. Apple 2 times, banana 2 times, cake 2 times. So then this can be repeated if you want some times. This entire operation can be repeated with 3 times. Now you can, that means apple, apple, banana, banana, cake, cake. This can be repeated 3 times. Now you can see apple, apple, banana, banana, cake. That is one set. That same thing can be replicated 3 times by combining both each and times. Like all possibilities, you can apply here. Okay, that's all about repeats. Now I will stop here. Then coming to conclusion, I would like to stop here, and I believe that I have given you a fair idea about the repeat command. But as earlier, I would request all of you to just practice this repeat command. Try to generate different types of data sets yourself depending on you, need, and requirement. Then we will see some more other aspects in the next lecture. Till then, goodbye. Happy learning.